Hi everyone, welcome to the Timeform and Sporting Life preview of Day 4 of Royal Ascot. We've made it to Friday, Coronation Stakes Day. I'm Ben Linfoot, joined by Matt Brocklebank to discuss Friday's action, and we have got a good Coronation Stakes, Matt, but we're unfortunately missing Marge, the 1,000 guineas winner, who really would have made this a head-to-head with Tahira.
Yeah, we are. That is a bit of a shame. We were hoping for the rematch. We have got a rematch of sorts, given that Meditate's bumped into Tahira 3 times in the past and finished behind her. But yeah, a dead obvious one here on the ratings topper, Tahira. I'm not totally sure it's kind of, this is a case of one horse, she wins, move on kind of race, though. Yeah. It rarely is at the Royal Meeting, is it? We've seen in the past short price favourites beaten in this. Hermosa in 2019, she'd actually won both guineas, the Newmarket and the Curragh Classics, before being beaten in this race. So there are horses, promising horses in here against Tahira, but she undoubtedly sets the standard.
Well, let's talk about Tahira, because she's £8 clear on Timeform ratings, and you can absolutely see why. I don't know why, but she's been second in 1,000 guineas and she's won an Irish Guineas, and I've just been a little tiny bit underwhelmed by her, judging by that 2-year-old win in the Moyglare.
Precisely. She was such a brilliant 2-year-old, and when a horse burns quite so brightly...
I mean, this was a good run this day, wasn't it? She's there in the noseband in the Aga Khan colours.
It was. Let's not forget as well, Dermot Weld was very clear beforehand that he would have loved another 2 or 3 weeks of warm weather to really bring her on, and she's gone down on her sword. Her class got her very, very close to winning the Guineas without quite being at her best, perhaps. But again... And
Marge had won out in Maidan, hadn't she? And she'd had that conditioning.
They're a long way clear, aren't they? Yeah. You know, they are 2 very, very good fillies. Yeah, she was such a sparkling 2-year-old. And now we've seen those 2 performances. She's won a classic and she's just beaten narrowly in one. And you kind of think, oh, is that where she is? Maybe she has plateaued and maybe that's it. It's probably going to be good enough. She's going to be very, very short for the Coronation Stakes. But there's always that chance when you're dealing with horses that have just had 2, 3, 4 runs. Fillies this time of year with the summer sunshine on their backs, perhaps something is going to come up to very close to her level that she's set.
Well, I've been a Meditate fan for a long time, and when I went out to Keelan for the Breeders' Cup, she was a superb winner, first go over a mile. And she's just not quite gone and done it, has she? She was much better in the Irish 1,000 guineas last time.
She
but
was.
Have I got to accept now that Tahira is a better filly? She's 0 from 3 against her.
I'm not totally sure about that, you know. Honestly, it just goes back to that quote from Aidan O'Brien before Newmarket, I think, where he said they just had the little bit of a hold-up with her right at the start of the spring. And you just sort of sensed that he knew she maybe wouldn't quite be right for Newmarket. She definitely improved form-wise going into the Curragh, and she put up a pretty brave performance. She did make Tahira pull out the stops that day. Now, can she go again? That's the question. Can she just step up that little bit, £7 or £8 to bridge the gap? You wouldn't put it past Aidan O'Brien having it absolutely cherry ripe for this.
Look back to this time last year. She won the Albany, beating Marge at Royal Ascot Meditate. So maybe the Ascot factor is going to help her improve again. And if she does improve another £4 or £5, say, she's right in there against Tahira.
Yeah, I would give her a chance. Give her another chance. Give her a 4th chance.
I might go in again. There is other strands of form to consider, and the Queen for You, the Sounds of Heaven rematch from York is one of them.
Yeah, I like this. I like both fillies, but I really like Queen for You. I thought she made such a deeply impressive debut when winning at Ascot. That was on the straight course, and then here we go at York. Right, isn't she? She just switches to the inside of the course.
Pink and white, travelling all over them.
She does. She travels, and she comes, and she, you know, dare I say it, she effectively wins the race. She comes to win the race. She gets herself in front, and then somehow Jessica Harrington's horse just picks her off just before the line. I think it might be greenness. I think it might be inexperience, that lack of race sharpness and real cutting edge when it comes to putting a race to bed. It was only the second start of her life. She got there in front of the grandstand at York and just thought she'd maybe done enough. And all credit to the winner of that race. But I would be, of the pair, if there's a match bet dangling out there, I would be with Queen for You here for the Gosdens.
Absolutely. I've got a little nugget for you. You may well know this.
A pedigree nugget.
It is. Her dam, Fallen for You, won this race exactly 11 years ago to the day.
Coronation
Stakes. Fallen for You. So She'll be trying to follow in the hoof prints of her mother.
Yeah, I think she has a chance of. The problem is, I think the other two are a bit too far clear, and I think she'll improve again. I think she'll beat that filly that beat her at York. But of the whole group, I think there might be a bet in Meditate. I'm struggling to just pull the trigger and make a final case for her. But
it's a shame that, because my last question on the Coronation Stakes is who you're backing.
No bet.
I'm between Meditate and Queen for You. I might have to take Tahira on again, but we shall see. It's a cracking race, and so is the Commonwealth Cup, with Little Big Bear in action, and he's a hot favourite, and he's £8 clear on time form ratings.
Which £8 clear.
Yeah, which explains why. Yeah, so if you're getting stuck into these short prices, maybe double them up is the answer in the Commonwealth Cup. A Little Big Bear, Matt, are you with or against him?
It's
for or against him?
Quite hard to be against. I backed Lazou for this, but the thing is, I backed her a few weeks ago, anti-post at 16-1, and that was before the Bear had come out and done his thing at Haydock. Now, was he a little bit flattered to do what he did at Haydock, perhaps, given the draw bias?
I think he might have been, but I still think it was a nice stepping stone.
Yeah, I mean, Aidan O'Brien, before the 2,000 guineas, he said, August Rodin, he's probably more of a Derby horse and he might not like the ground, and he said Little Big Bear's probably more of a sprinter and he might not like the ground. And
it turned out like that.
It really has, and he's going to take the world a beating. As I say, Lazou, I thought she ran a really promising race in the
I like Lazou.
Guineas.
I think you're on a good one there at 16.
She beat Morge, didn't she, last year, and that was in the Cheveley Park.
Absolutely.
She previously won at Ascot. So she ticks a load of boxes for me. Obviously, Dettori's now just taking a few more points off her price as we get closer to the race. There's a wild one in here that I might throw half a point each way at. Scoop. And it's Maban for Charlie Fellows. He's pulled a few rabbits out of his Royal Ascot hat over the years, hasn't he?
Fellows? Yeah.
And
the Sandringham.
I find it hard to see this horse winning. But he was a very good 2-year-old at points last year. It just tailed off a little bit, but I've seen enough this season. He came in he ran on trials day, didn't he, in the Commonwealth Cup trial. He ran fairly well. The race has thrown up King Stand winner Brad Sell. So it wasn't a bad race. Jamie Spencer's on, and you kind of think if you're backing one each way against a real short price favourite, Spencer might be your man to squirrel him away and get him into the places. I think he's been a bit of a slow burner. He was last year, and he came good really at Goodwood at the Glorious Meeting towards sort of the end of the summer. And I just wonder if, again, they've been working back fitness-wise and working back from this race. Big ask. He's got an awful lot to find, but Marban is about 40-1, so you're getting well compensated. Interesting,
Marban there at a big price in the Commonwealth Cup. It's Little Big Bear and Tahira for the £8 clear time form double on Friday. Good luck if you're having a go at Royal Ascot, and we'll be back again for Saturday's action.